You really?
Hey, folks, I'm Grant.
I'm
And
Brian.
we're the smartest kids in the room.
Indeed.
We just recorded, Brian, our episode 19, which if you haven't listened, please listen to it.
Yep.
We just recorded our review for the Lego Batman movie, which is the polar opposite of how this review is going to go, Brian,
Oh,
I
this.
believe.
I'm gonna say this. This is gonna be the funnest review we're having, and like we just recorded the Lego Batman, and we felt like we had a great time with that one as well.
They're going to even out.
They
Okay?
really
They're going
are.
to even out, definitely.
This is Resident Evil, the final chapter review.
This is, definitely.
Grant.
I didn't know how to start this.
You can tell.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say this right off the bat. Had a good score. I'm just going to go with bullet point number 4. Good score. I will say when I was in the theater, I kind of dig the score.
You know what? Let's Brian. Before we continue with this review, let's go ahead and start with the good things. Okay.
There's only 2 good things, and there's only 5 things here.
Okay. The film did have a good score. I actually did, and this is kind of, I understand this movie came out like a week or 2 ago. I understand this is kind of a late review.
Yeah.
The score was actually really well made. I dug it. It was kind of like a throwback to the 80s, 90s, like kind of, science fiction thriller movie.
Yeah, I was like, ooh.
I dug it. I really did.
Okay.
I liked it.
I will admit the opening sequence was not bad. It wasn't that bad. Like, it had a lot of action to it. It got it didn't really get anything going, but it wasn't bad. It was slow in the beginning, and then you got that whole car scene. And then I don't want to say the rest of the movie because we will go on from there.
The CGI was actually it was kind of well done.
Yeah, it was like I felt like it was kind of a Deadpool kind of
there are
the CGI.
Yeah, because I think hold on, I got it right here. The movie cost $40 million to make, and it looked very well made. Like there were shots of. Because spoilers for those people who don't know, this movie takes place in a post-apocalyptic future. Holy shit, I can't speak. And so there's shots of like ruined cities and stuff. And it's very well made. I gotta be honest. Fuck, that's all I got.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this movie sucked.
This movie was a big pile of shit.
It wasn't like a bad pile of shit.
It was pretty fucking bad.
If you had a terrible Tuesday, and if you wanted to laugh at a bad movie, this is the movie you would laugh at.
All right, let's go. Let's give a precursor, Brian. I know you haven't seen any of these movies.
God no.
I saw the first one in the theater, which it's fucked up. I know I was like 5 at the time. I went to go see Resident Evil at the movies. I dug it. I still like it. I think I rewatched it. It's okay. It's fine. The second one, I watched the second one as well. Resident Evil Apocalypse. It was okay. It's fine. I have not seen the last 3 because I just don't give a fuck about this.
How many were there?
There was the first one, Resident Evil. There was Resident Evil Apocalypse, Resident Evil Extinction, which is the one that's like set in like a desert and shit. And then there was, I believe, Resident Evil Afterlife.
Yeah,
I remember. Yeah. It was Resident Evil Afterlife, and then there was Resident Evil Retribution, I think, which those 2 mashed together for me. I can't tell the difference between them. And then I think it was this one. Yes, it was this one. This and the most recent Resident Evil, the final chapter. And it was bad, Ryan.
Oh yeah.
We're not gonna bury the lead here. It was a pretty bad movie. I gotta be honest. And it sucks because I was kind of excited for it, dude.
I remember that day you were like, I'm kind of low-key excited for this movie. You know what? Everyone's seen it. I don't think they said any bad things about it, so I'm going to go.
You know what, man? I checked Rotten Tomatoes, and like the average between the Resident Evil movies was like in the 30s. So then, and this one had like a high 40. So I was like, oh, wow, this one might actually be good. And this is going to be the last one. It's going to tie all the loose ends. That's going to be pretty cool. It was not, Brian. It was not. It was very poorly made, I got to be honest.
Yeah.
The one thing I took away from this movie is The director is very, very incompetent. And with that being said, he just does not. And this is Paul W.S. Anderson. I think he directed the first movie, and then I think he might have directed the last two movies that came out or whatever. So he's pretty invested in this franchise. It just did not seem like he knew, excuse me, which way he wanted to go with this franchise. I mean, spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. This movie ends with it's pretty much setting up a sequel. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's marketed as the final chapter, but at the same time, it ends with, oh, maybe there might be more adventures or whatever. And then they said, and again, I've only seen the first two movies. I don't know at this point what the franchise was at.
Me
You
neither.
know, I don't know what the main character Alice. I don't know who she really is at this point. All I know is they set her up to be like the badass, like heroic female lead. But she has, and again, this comes back to the director because not only did he direct the movie, he wrote it. She has some of the worst fucking lines in cinematic history. This movie has some of the worst dialogue in cinematic history, dude.
This movie was literally an embarrassment.
It was so poorly written that even and look, this was, and again, I'm jumping all over the place, but they have this whole thing about, like, in the film they have like these tanks that are driving across the fucking country or whatever, something stupid, and they have like people hanging off the back, and then there's like a horde of zombies chasing after them. I like that idea. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Where was I going with that? I forgot, but it's late. I'm sorry. But anyways, but every 20 minutes, like, there would be something cool like that, and every like 5 minutes, dude, there would just be some fucking horrible line that would just take me right out of the movie. And it's very generic. It's just so by the numbers, dude. Like, they don't try to do anything to surprise you. Now, I'm gonna go ahead, Brian. I know I've been talking a lot, but that night that we saw the movie, me and Brian both went to go see it. I think we went to go see it opening night. I could be wrong.
It was like maybe 2 weeks after it came out, right? No, it was probably like a week after.
Either way, we're stupid to have gone to see this movie.
Hey, man, we got content now for this show.
Yeah, we definitely. I had 5 notes. I had 5 while I was watching it. I checked my phone during this movie because I was so uninterested in it. I got to be honest. I jotted 5 notes down. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please keep up. These are the 5 notes that I jotted down while I was watching this movie. The first one is, everyone's an idiot.
Oh yeah, no doubt. That made the movie.
Every single person in this fucking movie is a... I was about to say a word I probably shouldn't have said. Is an idiot. Like, seriously, everybody. Alice is... She makes some stupid ass decisions, man. I understand she's supposed to be like the anchor of this franchise. She is stupid.
Can we just mention the part where she wakes up and everyone had her chained up and everyone was like, "No, we shouldn't trust her. We shouldn't trust her. We shouldn't trust her." And then Claire's like, "We're gonna trust her."
Again, that goes back to the fact that it's very generic. Like,
yeah.
They capture this girl, they're like, "I don't know if we should trust her." And then they eventually, they're like, "Okay, maybe we should trust her."
And then the scene after that, they're on the roof, and then this guy just goes, "No, we're not trusting her again."
Yeah,
I'm like, yes, this is amazing.
I should have jotted down some dialogue, dude, just to give you guys a taste of what we were dealing with. One of the guys in this survivor group that Alice encounters is literally... And I'm paraphrasing here. I don't know if this is an actual line. It might have been an actual line. But he was literally like, "I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't trust her. Why should we just trust anybody like that?" And then like 5 minutes later, he's like, "Oh, maybe we should trust her. She looks like she knows what she's doing."
This is the script right here.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, seriously? That's like Paul W.S. Anderson, whoever the fuck you are.
My favorite line was, "What are we going to do?" "Yeah. What are we gonna do?"
Dude. Look, fuck the plot of this movie. This movie has no plot. At some point, Alice comes across a group of survivors. And then I laughed out loud when we went to go see this movie because at some point in the survivor group, there's a little kid who's. She comes across this group of survivors, and there's this little black kid. And there's 2 shots of him in the whole movie, and both shots are him pointing a gun at her. All it is is him pointing a gun at her. And I couldn't stop laughing.
I do not remember this. I really want to see this movie again just for this part.
There's this little kid, he's pointing a gun at her. It's so funny. Holy shit, dude. And there's this black guy. There's this like Australian black guy. And I mean, like the leader of the group, I think she's played by Ali Larder. That's the actress's name. I think I could be wrong. I think she's playing Claire Redfield. I think that's her name. And after everything she says, this other guy literally repeats everything she says. So she's like, I think she's like, yeah, we should go and fight them off. And then the camera points over to this other guy. And he's like, yeah, maybe we should point them off or fight them off. And that's literally his role in the whole movie. Is all he does is repeat everything else, somebody else says.
Basically, the script was like one of those essays you have to hand in. You just haven't missed. You have like a 2-page essay. You missed the 2-page, so you just put random shit on.
Dude,
that's all it was.
The script was very haphazardly done, to say the least. And then the villain of the movie, again, I'm not up with this franchise. So I don't know at this point what everyone's motivations are. But the main villain of this movie, his whole motivation is like he is very religious. Like he's like, oh, we need to like what's the word I'm looking for? We need to like basically just cause the whole earth to die in order for the pure people to rise above it and create a new society.
Yeah, the story was really dumb.
Very dumb.
His plan was really dumb too. Because I'm like, you guys are just
I don't remember it, to be honest.
I don't remember your I don't know what your company is. It's probably a phone company. You want to take over the world.
Oh my god.
I don't even know if it's a phone company.
Dude, there's a scene in this film, and for those who aren't aware, Umbrella, they're like the big bad corporation behind all these movies, Umbrella. There's a point in the film, there's a scene where there's an Umbrella board meeting. And this dude comes up and he's like, in order to save the earth, we have to kill everybody. And I'm paraphrasing here. He's like, we have to kill everybody in order to rebalance the earth with the pure people, or something to that effect. And then these fucking stupid board people are like, okay, how do you want to go about that? Like, what the fuck? I would have been like, dude, can you fucking get this guy out of here? He's fucking obviously insane. Like,
no,
what
they're
the hell are
probably
you
like,
about?
yeah, I need to fill up a paycheck. I forgot to pay rent.
Again, dude, there's dialogue in this movie that kills me, bro. Like, I'm just like, why would this go from A to B to C? What point does this make? Oh my god, Brian! I got so frustrated.
And the best was, it's been done before. He's just pointing to like the Holy Bible.
Yes.
I was like, damn, he read his Bible.
There are 500 shots of a cross in this movie. I shit you not. There's a cross. He's holding a cross. There's a Bible. He has a cross. It's just like, it's so like his motivations again are so religious bent. It's like, what the fuck where is this going?
Him and Jay from Jay and Silent Bob are not different people.
Not at all.
He basically, in that whole movie, just said some crazy shit in here.
Oh, you're talking about Clerks too, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm talking about Clerks
son
too.
Of a bitch.
But
I know where you're going with that.
But the CEO of Umbrella was basically like Jay, just sounded smarter.
You know what? I don't even think he was. I don't even think he was the CEO of Umbrella. I think he was just some dude that came in and was like, "Hey, maybe we should kill everybody." And everyone's like,
"Oh yeah, he wasn't."
Dude, again, like, where does this go? Where's the plot of this going, man?
It's bad that I compare this movie to like Jay and Silent Bob, which was a great movie.
It was a good movie. I like that movie. Okay, anything.
But this is like an action movie, which we should take seriously, and I'm comparing it to like a movie that no one takes seriously.
Yeah, man, it was unintentionally comedic.
Oh yeah,
I will give it that. It's like The Room, you know.
But it didn't mean to be comedic.
No, I know. Totally. But that's what makes it funny. That's what makes it funny. Is like you watch and you're like, wait, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, I forgot The Room wasn't that serious.
No,
I never saw it.
Well, The Room is totally. It's so trying to be serious, but unintentionally, it's so funny. That's what this movie has in common with it. And they probably have the same score on Rotten Tomatoes, to be quite frank. But anyways, the acting, dude. And again, like we said at the beginning of this review, we just recorded the Lego Batman movie review. This is the complete opposite. The acting was fucking horrible, dude. The writing was the worst I've seen in such a long time. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. I got so confused because I was like, wow, this dialogue is horrible. Oh my god, Brian, I totally forgot. We have 5 points to get through.
We only got through one.
We only got through 1 point.
It's not kind of two. Jump scares.
But anyways, back to what I was saying. The second point I wrote down while watching this movie was jump scares. For the first 20 minutes of this movie, every 5 seconds there's a jump scare. I'm not bullshitting you. If you go watch this movie, for the first quarter of the movie, every 5 minutes there is a jump scare. I'm not bullshitting. And this movie is so loud, bro. Dude, I did.
Loud noises.
Well, we'll get to that in a second. But anyways, jump scares. That's how you know a horror movie is not scary, is when they throw jump scares at you every 5 seconds. Did you catch that by any chance?
Yeah, I got one from the beginning with the kid in the monorail just going, I was like, ah!
Yeah, dude, it was like...
And I was expecting it too, so...
The thing is, it's so weak, bro. It's so weak, and this is like an action horror movie, but it still kind of qualifies as a horror movie. When you're throwing jump scares at people, at the audience, and that's all you have, that is so weak. Like, to me, as someone who loves movies and who's like a cinephile and everything, and I love horror movies to the nth degree, when all you're throwing at me is jump scares, dude, and they're not even scary. That shuts me down, bro. Like, for the rest of the movie, I'm like, I'm not interested. Because this is all you have. This is the best you're going to give me. But anyways, jumping to the third... We kind of did already hit these points, but anyways. Jumping to the third point is horrible dialogue. Again, I can't nail this point home enough. Like, the dialogue in this movie is so piss poor, dude.
Let's mention what she says at the end when she's trying to kill that dude. She's like, I'm gonna kill you.
Everything
like
Alice says in this movie is fucking stupid, dude. Like, and I really wanted to buy her because I like Milla Jovovich. I think she's a good actress. I liked her in Dazed and Confused. I liked her in the first Resident Evil. I thought she's a good actress. But everything they hand her in this movie is fucking horrible. And I know I keep overusing that word, but this movie is pretty bad, man. Like, everything, like at one point, there's a guy who tells her, he's like, I should have killed you when I had the chance. Again, fucking horrible dialogue. And then she's like, all she says, you're like expecting something like a badass, rebuttal. All she says is, yeah, I guess you should have. Like, what the fuck is that? And then she kills him. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, seriously, that's what you're going to give me? For fuck's sake? Point 4, good score. We already kind of hit that, I guess. Like, I mean, the movie does have a pretty cool score, I gotta say. Point 5, loud noises, everybody. Loud noises. This movie's so fucking loud, dude. Even the opening credits are fucking, like, my ears were ringing, bro. Like, it was so loud. You
And
think you gotta add to that, Brian?
no, it's loud. I really don't have anything to say. I was like,
It's
the only
tough.
thing I could
It's
say
tough.
is like, spoiler alert, a woman gets fanned.
I guess these movies are about zombies, so I guess we at some point we should get around to the zombies. What do you think about the zombies?
I mean, we barely got. I gotta admit, we barely got any zombies in
To
it.
be honest, bro, we really didn't get a lot of zombies.
They just throw them out of the car and then like, oh, there they are.
It was more a story about Alice going against Umbrella, which I mean, dude, is that Resident Evil?
Okay, can we just
honestly?
mention, spoiler alert, how the way Wesker died was so unmemorable?
I don't even remember it. Obviously,
Basically, spoiler alert, the real Alice, not the clone one, just goes, Wesker, you're fired.
God,
And then like
like
a door just steps on his foot and he loses his foot. And he dies from like bleeding out because of his foot.
for fuck's sake,
For holding a grenade. Too.
And you know what, man? You know what kills this movie even more is the fact that Capcom has just released Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. I think
Yep.
that's the seventh one, right?
Yep.
Resident Evil 7 Biohazard on the game, and it's such a good game. I played it, such a good game. It's actually legit scary. It kind of branches off from the other Resident Evil games. It's kind of its own thing. It's first person. It's very much a horror game. And when you go from that to this fucking movie, dude, like what's the point, bro? Like this movie is so, like this is not Resident Evil. It's like trying to be something that it's not, you know, and it bugs the shit out of me because Resident Evil is a good franchise. It's a zombie franchise. It's a survival franchise. It's a good franchise. But when they branch off and do something like this, that's trying to be like action. Again, I think I already told you this. I don't know if I shared this with you already, but it's kind of trying to be Mad Max at some point.
Oh,
this movie, and it's just like, why? Why are you trying to be something you're not? You know, like why are you trying to be bigger than you're not? Like just stick to the root of horror. Stick to the root of Resident Evil, and you'll bring in people. It'll be a good film, but they didn't, and that's why this movie is so poorly made.
Yeah.
Man. Like, again, like I said, I saw the first one. I dug it, and I really like this franchise. Not the movie franchise, but I like Resident Evil as a whole. But this movie was just so fucking hard to watch, man.
It was embarrassing. But there was that chick who got killed by that fan.
Oh, totally. No, that's the point. Perfect, Brian.
Thank you.
That's gonna drive us home. Me and Brian during this film were rooting for these fuckers to get killed, man. We wanted the human characters to get killed, man.
We just saw this fan and we're like, and then it just kept going, and then it's like, oh, it stopped.
Like,
and then it went in reverse, and I was like, oh,
dude,
baby.
We were cheering for the heroes of this film to be killed, dude. Like, that's how you know that this movie was shit. Because, like, every time, like, a hero was like, oh, no, I'm about to die, I was like, yes, bitch, kill that son of a bitch, yes!
One was, like, holding on to a bag, it was like,
oh, my God, dude. I have never cheered harder at a movie.
And then, like, you grabbed the hand, it's just, like, and then she just went, pew!
Oh, for fuck's sake, man. That was the most glorious part of the movie. I'm coming up blank. I can't think.
Yeah.
I'm really
kind of felt bad after that because I was like, man, she was kind of an important character.
Fuck her.
Exactly.
I don't remember her name. I don't remember any of their names. Fuck them. I'm trying to think of something good, but I really can't. I'm not trying to. I love movies. I'm not trying to bang down on this movie.
I just want to bring up one part where they threw out an Asian guy to you remember how like Alice was like walking and getting killed by the zombies. They threw an Asian guy there, and that Asian guy has been running there for the whole movie.
Dude, totally.
I was like, is he a zombie at this point? Or he must be a good fucking runner.
This movie has so many fucking problems, man. But I guess with all of that being said, Ryan, how many burritos would you give this film?
1.5.
1.5 out of 4.
1.5 out of 4.
I don't want to make it so predictable, Brian, but I have to agree with you. I gotta give it 1.5, dude. I can't give it the 2. I don't want. I would feel too harsh giving it a 1. So I would also give it a 1.5. But it's just such a
The
bad
point
movie.
5 goes to the score. Who wrote the score for this? We're giving this dude so much credit right now.
This guy, whoever wrote the score for this film, is giving this movie a half a burrito, man. So he deserves some credit. He is a man by the name of Paul Haslinger. What else has he scored?
You know when it's deep when we have to see what else he scored.
Nothing. Wait, no, he did.
This goes.
Underworld, Awakening,
Death Race. I know.
The Three Musketeers, Takers. He did all the Underworld movies.
So he basically did all shitty movies.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. Because, you gotta keep
him.
you gotta keep the music good somehow.
I mean, hey, man. At least this movie has the score going for it, I guess. But anyways, with all that being said, it's a pretty bad movie, Brian. I gotta say.
Oh yeah,
and it sucked, dude, because I was kind of looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I love the game franchise. The first couple movies were okay. Dude, if they made another one of these movies, they would be stupid, to be quite frank.
They really would.
I
mean, where else would you go? Because everyone's dead.
And it sucks, dude, because I'm thinking, when I was watching this movie, the whole time I was thinking, dude, you know how simple they can make a good Resident Evil movie.
First off, just put the video game characters in the movie.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
They had Claire and Wesker, that's it.
And you don't have to make a big, bombastic, fucking world's fucking sprawling movie. Like, all you gotta do is make a self-contained horror movie, put Resident Evil on the logo, and that's it. Like, all you gotta do is remake Resident Evil 1, and we're good. Not the movie, the game I'm talking about. But I'm just like, fuck, man, like, such a missed opportunity. Like, again, the score was good, the CGI was good. But other than that, dude, I really can't think of anything good. The acting was bad. The dialogue was horrible.
It was a bad movie.
Like, I mean, it's so hard to find any redeeming qualities, dude. Like, at the end, spoilers, Alice is going to sacrifice herself to save humanity, I guess.
She barely sacrifices herself.
And, like, I didn't give a fuck. Again, it kind of
She lost a finger.
It kind of takes me back to Batman v Superman, which is one of the main characters is sacrificing himself, and I was like, I don't really give a fuck. And it goes back to the fact that the movie was not good. It wasn't compelling. It was not well made. It was bad. And it sucks again because I was kind of looking forward to it. I was really hoping it was going to be a good film, but I mean, at the end of the day, it just wasn't, man. So I mean, 1.5. That's what the smartest kids are giving the Resident Evil final chapter 1.5, man. So if you haven't seen the movie, I mean, I can't recommend it. I can't. I don't think Brian can either. I mean, it was a bad film.
If you want a movie for Terrible Tuesday, go see
Now,
Resident Evil.
Again, Brian maintains that the movie is so bad that it's good. I think it's so bad that it's just bad, bro. Like
I got good laughs at it. That's how bad it was.
We got a couple of good laughs during this review as well. But again, I can't recommend it, man. Like, even for laughs, like, it's bad, man. I can't recommend it. I'm sorry. Sorry, Paul W.S. Anderson, that you made a shitty film. There's nothing else I can say about it. So that's our review of Resident Evil, the final chapter, man. Hopefully this will be the final chapter. Because you know what, man? I think Resident Evil, the franchise, it's a good franchise. I still think they can make a good film based on this franchise. They gotta stick with the source material though, bro. That's my advice.
Well, they have animated movies. Resident
Those are good.
Evil. Yeah, those are based off the video games.
Those are actually well made.
I haven't seen any of them, but they look like they're good.
I saw Degeneration. I saw another one. They're not bad, man. Like they're way better than this fucking movie. But I think this is a franchise that can still be made into a cinematic universe, quite frankly. But I mean, you got to go a little smaller. You got to go back to the horror roots. Very much in the same way that Resident Evil 7 Biohazard kind of went back to the roots of Resident Evil 1, the horror roots, the very self-contained roots. That I think you can build a film franchise off of that foundation. But with that being said, this movie was bad.
Don't forget to like, subscribe,
comment, fucking do whatever the fuck you want to do, man. Just don't go see this movie, man. It's not worth your time. It's not worth your money. And we saw it for free, Brian, and it really wasn't worth our money.
Oh God, it wasn't worth our time.
but we got a couple laughs out of it, I guess.
Oh yeah.
At the end of the day. So I've been Grant.
I've been Brian.
We have been the smartest kids in the room. You have been the greatest audience in the world. And we'll be back next week with hopefully a new review. We'll be back with some more news next week. With that being said, go get smart and goodbye.